Hello, my name is Paul Jones, author of Concerning a Nation and several videos on Bible prophecy. Well, what are we to make of the new rapprochements between Israel and the Gulf states? Now, much as I've been scathing about Donald Trump in other places, we mustn't fall into the habit of the liberal media, which rubbishes everything he's involved in with monotonous and Pavlovian predictability. Clearly, at least in the short term, this is a useful move for Israel. But remember, Trump and Jared Kushner have only exploited and finalised a process which has been going on for years. Israel needs little help with bilateral peace plans. With the threat of Iranian imperialism and aggression ever present, the Gulf nations have been turning surreptitiously towards Israel. Israel offers technological and military power in the region. And with fossil fuels on the ideological chopping block, they need a new future which Israel and American know-how can provide. There is, however, one important implication of this new development which no article or report which I've read has bothered to mention. Israel now has two vitally important things: an air corridor over the Arabian Peninsula and a refuelling base near Iran should Israel ever decide that she needs to bomb Iranian nuclear facilities. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that this is the immediate plan or that it will happen this week, but neither the Israelis nor the Iranians will be unaware of this new possibility. Should it have to happen, if Iran continues to develop nuclear power, the consequences for the Gulf would be horrendous. And that brings us to the issue of peace. Many of Trump's supporters think that he is being guided as God's agent on earth to bring Christians to new victories and to be the great supporter and defender of Israel. But as you'll know if you've read my book or watched my videos, America's role as the protector of Israel is over. Trump and Kushner's peace plan is a seventh blasphemy which divides the land. There will be no peace in the Middle East. Worse things are to come. Israel faces the prospect of either leaving the Palestinians to fester in failure and resentful violence, a thorn in her side, as the Bible says, or she faces the prospect of throwing the blasphemers off the Holy Land. That latter prospect would cause havoc. With Russia, Turkey, Iran and many others eager to make difficulties, the creation of a peaceful, advanced and affluent region is very far from being assured. No, this won't be the apocalypse, not yet. Many events have to happen before that, as I have outlined in my book. Anyone who tells you that current events in the Middle East will usher in the beast and the apocalypse are talking drivel, as they have been for over 70 years. And here's another aspect of what's taking place. If my timeline, which you can see in my book, is given, then what we are witnessing is not the unfolding of a new age of peace, nor the dreadful events of Revelation. It is the passing over of Israel from the two English-speaking empires who have nurtured her to the nations. Israel has come of age. She has gone out into the world, and a very dangerous and treacherous world it is too. Is there a third period of 70 years during which the implications of this unfold? It's difficult to prove biblically, except to say that things come in threes. Ignore the Soviet Union in this diagram. Britain, then the US, have had a divine mission to nurture and guard Israel. They have both flunked their responsibilities. The United States is in flames. Most of the Western states are literally burning. Cities are being demolished by major riots which the liberal media doesn't report. Hurricanes batter the Gulf Coast and an invasion of foreign snakes is obliterating wildlife in Florida. America's blacks, who if you look at the crime statistics are most in danger from other blacks, angrily demand restitution from whites. America is imploding, just as the Soviet Union did. We need not fear for the safety of Israel as a nation, but the Jews, many of whom still need to return to the homeland that God has given them, face a much less safe and comfortable future than many think. Most of the Jews of the diaspora live in the US, and as I've stated elsewhere, it is only persecution, war, or economic collapse that ever shifts them. This would be a good time for you to read Revelation 3 about the Church of Laodicea, the final church. You Christians of America are in that church. Please open the door to Jesus before it is too late, and don't put your faith in the outcome of the election in November. The choice is between arsenic and cyanide. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all. Please read my book Concerning a Nation, published by Lulu. Thank you again.